Welcome back everyone to our Let's Play series of TransRoad USA. And before we get started, because we've got a lot to go over in this episode, and we'll see how far we can get with the things that we have planned, but I want to begin by saying thank you for all the kind words and messages that we got on our last video where my daughter Kaylee dropped in to help us out. And I've mentioned in the comment section that those are by far my favorite videos to film, is whenever I can have the family involved, and I want to do as many of those as is possible. And I really thank you guys for the kind words about that video. And I know that Kaylee very much appreciated those and really didn't expect them, so that brought a smile to her face, which of course in turn brings a huge smile to my face. So thank you very much for that. As far as our series here, there is a lot going on. We'll start out by taking a quick look at the rating list, which shows us and where we are in comparison to our competitors. And you can see we have flown by Gordon Fox Trucking, which of course is our nemesis here in the career mode. And that's a little worrisome to me because, I mean, we've been taking it pretty easy here in this Let's Play series. We've by no means been extremely aggressive and efficient and all those things that you would think you would need to get to the top. So that was a little frustrating to me to see that we were already at the top, but we're basically going to try to ignore that. We're going to do our thing. We're going to move forward with the goals, and ultimately that will play out however the career mode wants it to play out. So we're not going to worry a whole lot about that, but I did want to point that out. Also, we've got a quest line that we've really basically been ignoring for a little while now, and that is that Billy wants us to fulfill 5 dump contracts from a mine. And then it gives us a couple of examples, you know, like in St. Louis and Minneapolis. So if we scroll in on St. Louis, you can see that the mine is right here. And of course, the way we would unlock this particular mine, because if we want to get anything from here, you can see, well, they don't have anything either in the dry trailers or the reefer trailers. It's all dump trailer loads. And of course, we're locked out right now, so we can't just go and pick up loads from there. We would have to unlock them by delivering things to them. And that's going to be in the form of supplies, either cooled supplies or refrigerated supplies or the dry supplies. So we've got some options there to start working toward that quest line goal. Also, if we go into our HQ, then you'll remember that we've been talking about the magnate goal, and what we need for that is just drivers. We need 6 more drivers, and you can see here we've got a spot for 8 more drivers if we want to go in and simply hire drivers and have them sit around and basically do nothing without swapping them out with existing trucks and trailers. So we can do that as well. So we're going to try to get to all these things, but we're in no particular hurry to get to them. We're doing great right now. Obviously, if you look at the ratings list, that will tell you that we're doing great compared to our competitors. So what are we going to start off with? Well, I thought we would start off with trying to hire some drivers. Now, this isn't particularly what I would want to do. I don't really want to have any more drivers than we have trucks and trailers, but for the purposes of, I really want to find out if the career mode will allow us to progress. Because once again, going back to the HQ, if we're able to complete these, and again, the drivers is the last thing we need to complete in order to make this happen, then we get to purchase 3 more depots and an extra trailer concession. So with that in mind, I want to see if it actually lets us do this. We've seen in the past where the career mode would really keep us down and make us focus on what it wanted us to do, which for right now is the dump contracts, and it wouldn't allow us to expand. So we're going to find out whether or not it'll do this. Now, if we end up hiring drivers and that doesn't work out, then that's perfectly fine. We'll simply get rid of the extra drivers and we'll move on. All right, so let's see what we've got. And I know we need 6 drivers and we've got 11 possibilities here, but I don't want to just go hide. I would prefer to go and hire some folks that we might consider keeping on board in the future. So, of course, we want to get as cheap as possible. And I'm looking and see, we don't have these particular things. Okay, we got dump right there, so we're going to hire this guy. Or girl, I didn't look, so see, livestock, we don't have that trailer right now. The dump trailer, there we go. It's actually surprisingly cheap for someone who has that license. Okay, so there we go. And then we've got a basic driver with with no licensing. We'll go ahead and take that one. There is, if I'm not mistaken, the same person. Very expensive. Of course, they have several licenses. So we're going to try to skip over that one. And we need 3 more if possible. Oop, there we go. That is very, very inexpensive. Okay. And then there's another very inexpensive one. All right, so we need 1 more. So I'm not going to worry a whole lot about who we get here, but I do want to get somebody fairly cheap. And again, would prefer to have somebody that we could use potentially in the future. Looks like that's going to be our best bet right here, though, because that's fairly cheap. So we're going to go this route, and we'll see. And there we go. We get to level up. There is our new level. There's our 3 new depots that are purchasable. And now we have 1 new trailer concession that is also purchasable. If we go look at the concessions, you can see here that the flatbed would be the next one available. But if you notice, it shows locked out and says proceed in the campaign to unlock. So what I want to find out is this the same thing it's going to tell us whenever we try to purchase another? And nope, it's going to allow us to do that. Okay, so now we've got some decisions to make. So we've met the demands for the next rank and level up of magnate, so we're there. All right, so now we need to look around, and as far as on the East Coast, we've got Boston, and I believe that's it. You can see as we scroll down through, some of these we, of course, already own. Then Savannah would be a good one as well, but it's already purchased. And that would carry us back into trying to take over one of our competitors like we tried to do there in Memphis. Didn't work out so well for us. Still not exactly sure. Basically what, after you guys' comments and some research that I did, it just seems to be sort of a random thing. Some of these companies are really aggressive and they want to make a ton of money to sell out. Others you can get for very cheap. In fact, sometimes even less than what that letter states. So it seems to be sort of randomized, which is perfectly fine by me. I don't have an issue one way or another. Of course, we've got one here in Bismarck. So we've got that one, which is not a bad idea. That is nearby where we've got some others. Of course, we got one in Des Moines there, so that would be fairly close by. And then we start to get out west where everything gets really spread out. So those are the only 2 that I know of that are sort of around the East Coast. And then you get out here, we know that there is one at least in LA last time we looked. Nope, that one has been taken, but there's one in San Francisco. And that's the only one I see as we scroll around that is available. So it looks like the 3 that are available are the only 3 that there are long term. So it looks like if we're going to expand beyond these 3, assuming that we purchased these 3, then we would have to start taking over competitors if we wanted to continue expanding. And of course, you guys know from past videos how much I love to buy new trucks and trailers and really expand what we're doing while also trying to keep everything as concise as I can to keep my sanity. All right, so I think what I want to do here is I want to go in, let's go ahead and purchase in Bismarck. There we go. So now we've purchased that one. Now we've got plenty of cash right now. So we're going to go ahead and work our way in, maybe. No, it's not going to let me do it that way. Okay, I'm going to have to use the old-fashioned way. All right, so let's go ahead and fully expand. You can see we've already got some drivers here. We're going to go ahead and use the money we've got. That fully expands that to a maximum of 6. Now we've also got another expansion we can do on upgrading our HQ, which would enable us to do maintenance in some of these depots if we choose to do that upgrade as well, which I do plan to do that one. Now you can see that basically made no dent at all in the money that we have. All right, so now we have fully upgraded in Bismarck. All right, let's just take a quick glance here. I know we're at a point now where we have a lot of, in fact, I think all, in fact, yes, that was schedule 3 were the reefer trailers. So now they are all idle, and it looks like all of those are sitting in Des Moines. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 there, and make sure we don't have any others. No. So we've got 6 there, so we have opportunities. Sort of my long-term goal is to get each of these trailer types up to 10 trucks. Okay, so we know we've got room there. We could purchase 4 more reefer trailers. All right, let's take a look at the dry. We're at 4, 6, 7 there, plus 8, 9, 10. Okay, so that's what I was thinking. I was thinking we had 10 of the dry trailers. Okay, so we're good there. What about the dump trailers? We have 7 that are currently working and 1 more, so 8. So we got room for 2 more. All right, so that could work out really good. That could work out really good as far as the math on that. Okay, I like that quite a bit. Let's go ahead and see what we can purchase. Now, again, I want to stick to the new trucks as much as possible, but as we've seen in previous videos, sometimes the used trucks are very good deals. And mainly what I focus on here is, well, already I know this isn't going to work out for us because these are all 4-axle trucks. We don't want that. All right, let's see what we've got around. Anybody else? We'll go ahead and look in Lincoln at the used trucks. Okay, so we got 2 axles, and that would open us up if we wanted to get the extra reefer trailers, but it doesn't help us out on the dump trailers. All right, so we need 4 more reefer trailers in order to get to our 10. So that would be good, but we're going to need 3 axles if we want to go for the dump trailer. Okay, I think we're going to pick up another reefer trailer, truck and trailer combination. We'll go ahead and purchase this one. I do like the 1,000 per week. The maintenance is no good. That is horrible. I hate to do that. In fact, before I do that, let's go ahead and look around a little bit more. I know this is a longer journey for these, but again, I mean, going from 25,000 to 70,000 maintenance is just a huge deal. Now, I'm not going to worry too much about the fixed cost. I would prefer the 1,000. That's always nice, but of course, that costs you more money up front. But we're not going to worry about that. In fact, we're going to end up purchasing both of these. Okay, let's go ahead and buy that. Let's see, where do we want to send it? I'm actually not sure where we have all of our other, I believe they were in Des Moines. I believe that's right. Let's go ahead and send these to Bismarck. Now, of course, this is going to hopefully remind me to pick Bismarck in the drop-down list each time. All right, so we've got that. And remember, with the reefer trailers that we're going to purchase, they won't require any, the drivers won't require any special licenses. We're good there. All right, so we're sending that to Bismarck. Let's hope I can remember. All right, so reefer trailer, we're going to send that over. Hopefully, I can remember to send all of these to Bismarck. All right, let's confirm that. Now, we don't need to hire any drivers. Okay, let's get this truck as well. Again, still 2-axle, which is perfectly fine for the reefer loads. Go ahead and purchase that. Send that to Bismarck. And confirm. Let's go get our trailer. Make sure we're on the reefer trailer. Change that to Bismarck. And confirm. Okay. Let's go back over to the trucks. And let's see. We are going to need a couple of additional. Okay, we do have some additional ones here. That's good. All right. I don't want to purchase all of these at once because I don't want to run our money down too low. We've got plenty of money. That's not a particular issue for us. But I want to sort of do this a little bit slow and not just jump in and go buy a whole bunch of trucks. 6 more trucks and trailers right off the bat. All right, let's go ahead and let's take a look and see what we have outstanding. Of course, we know we got our reefer trucks that we need to get going. Okay, they're all in Des Moines, so let's take a look at Des Moines. And let's pull up schedule number 3, which will be reefer. All right, or let's see. I tell you what, can we kill 2 birds with 1 stone right here? Let's scroll in a little bit more. I don't actually want St. Louis. I want the mine. And let's see. So we want to go to here instead of from here. We need to unlock for that. So we've got from New Orleans to St. Louis. Okay, that's definitely not nearby where we are. San Antonio, same thing. So we need to get down that way. in order to pick up those loads. Okay, so it's not going to work out quite as nice as I wanted it to, but we'll eventually get there. All right, let's scroll back out a little bit more. Okay, let's go back to Des Moines. Let's see, 5 trips. Oh, goodness gracious. From here. Okay, that's not a bad deal here. 5,300 per trip, and they need 6 trucks to do that. Of course, we're working our way up to 10. We could always do multiple schedules for this. That's not a problem. Des Moines to Charlotte. Wow, 6,200 for 6 trips. That is very nice. Let's see what else we've got. That may be what tips the scale for me right now. I know there are some issues with taking these types of recurring loads. Maybe they've gotten most, if not all of those patched out. I'm not sure because I've been steering clear of those. This may be the one thing that puts me over the edge to try it. As a matter of fact, wow, that's huge. That's going to be hard for me to give up. And in fact, I'm not going to be able to give it up. Let's go ahead and let's make this Schedule 8. Let's sort of set it out of the way a little bit. Oops. Bring that back up. And I'm going to take this. Let's make sure we're on the reefer trucks. 113,328 per week. 6 trucks. All right, let's confirm that. So here we are. We're taking a leap here. Okay, so there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. And of course, we got our 2 new ones that'll be headed to Bismarck. Now, the question will become, are we going to be able to do anything as far as a return trip or a backhaul? Are we going to be able to do that? And we'll get to that. I'm not particularly worried about it right now because we're making so much money. Of course, it's something I want to do, and we'll get to that. And it may be that we add these other 2 trucks onto this contract, and that will enable us to do a backhaul safely. But again, we'll see how all of that goes as the time continues. All right, so now we've got our 2 new truck and trailer combinations that will be headed their way over to Bismarck. So that's good. Let's take a quick glance over and let's just take that time and get it going as quickly as we can. And we're already paused. Probably one of our contracts is about to be done. Yeah, apparently multiple of our contracts, looks like the dump trailers, are about to be done. Yeah, there we go. So those are about to be done. They are in Des Moines right now. Oops, too far up. And let's actually see what is coming out of Des Moines for the dump trailers. Let's see, 3 trips, 2 trips. There we go. That's not bad. Again, the money is not tremendous. The completion bonus is nice. $1,500 per trip doesn't exactly excite me. So the money isn't great. Ooh, yikes. We definitely don't want that one. Okay, so some of these aren't all that bad. They're, not the most wonderful things ever that we've seen. Okay, so we could head to Cheyenne. That's pretty nice. That's pretty nice. It also has the added bonus of helping us to level up Cheyenne, which you can see we are almost to level 3. We need one more point there, and this will definitely take care of that. Let's go ahead and do this. And of course, what this means is as these guys come from OKC up to Des Moines, then they will simply hop over to this other contract as we finish up this one contract. Let's go ahead and take our guys that are idle. In fact, let's go ahead and get from Indy. I know this is a little bit of a haul for him to get back over here, but we're trying to get him back into the fold. He's been sitting there for a little while now. Let's try to get him going. Okay, that takes care of those guys. You can see we've still got a couple of trucks waiting to be delivered. And then we've got 3 of our dry trailers that are, well, at least on their way to Indy. Let's see, where are these guys? Okay, very close to Indy. And yeah, headed on their way to Indy from Detroit. All right, let's go ahead and look. And I tell you what, let's fast forward it a little bit. Let these guys get a little bit closer. Okay, there's one that's going to head into the depot. And okay, there's our other two that are coming close behind. So let's look and just see what we've got. I know we're full up on this particular schedule, but all of these are coming due very quickly. These will all be done very shortly. So let's see what we've got. 50 trip from Indy to Charlotte. Okay, I like that a lot. Pretty decent money as well. 3,600 per, 34,500 completion bonus. Very nice. I like it. And of course, you guys know I'm looking for a large number of trips so that we don't have to micromanage this thing. Okay, I like that one. That 50 trip deal is very nice. I thought I would scan through there just to see if there was anything else that was comparable. But the 50 trip is the deal I want. Okay, so let's go forward a little bit because one of these contracts is about to be fulfilled. And all right, so we've got 6 more guys that are coming due. Yes, I know. You guys are quickly. All right, where are you guys anyway? All right, you're over Pittsburgh. Of course, we got one that's almost back to Indy. Actually, 2 that are already there. Okay, that's perfectly fine. We're not going to micromanage this thing too much. We're just going to let this thing get completed because I know we are just about to finish up a contract. And of course, it would have to be on schedule 2, which is not the one that we're looking for. We're dealing with schedule 1 right now. So I need you to hurry up and get done with one of these. There we go. So we got it now. Finally. Okay, so now we can come back into Indy and we can take that 50 trip deal to Charlotte. It's a 5 truck deal. Of course, we got tons of dry trailers, so that is not a problem for us. Okay, let's get this thing going. And I'm going to, let's see, this guy is already in Charlotte, so it would be nice. Actually, okay, he is going to stay in Charlotte at the depot. I was going to say it would be nice to keep him there because I do want to get a return trip going on this schedule as soon as I can. And we'll just try to do the Charlotte to Indy route and make some money off of that. So let's just get all of these guys going on that one. You stay in Charlotte for now until we can clear out another contract, and we'll work our way down and try to deal with that. All right, let's see. What do we have? Everybody's got 1 trip remaining on these contracts, so they are very close to being done. You see one of our trucks is now been delivered to Bismarck. And come on, any other time they would have already been done. But for some reason here, they are taking their time. Oh, we got an economic crisis, and what happens? It's on the dry vans. So we're going to have to see how this influences the amount of money that we stand to make. Okay, that's something we're going to have to deal with. We haven't really had to deal with the economic crisis on any of our trailer types to this point in the game. In fact, I don't think we've had any opportunity for that. So this will be a first for us. We'll see how all this works out. Okay, now you see we have our another opportunity to book from Charlotte to Indy, and we'll see how this works out because we would expect to get paid quite a bit less on the dry trailers. All right, first of all, I'm going to look for 50 trip loads, and let's just see here. All right, I see 20. That's a very nice one right there. Very nice. Of course, we're not looking for that one. That's going to the wrong place. But as I'm scrolling down through, I don't see, I mean, granted, some of these are not making what they normally would make. But overall, this isn't bad. I would have expected it could be quite a bit worse, and maybe it will get worse over time. All right, so anything else going back to Indy? Okay, no. Looks like we've got a couple of contracts available going to Indy. Not too much worried about the money. I'm more worried about the number of trips, because right now this is just going to be all about a return trip. This is only a 2-truck contract, so no problem there. Okay, let's go ahead and confirm that. So now at this point, if we can find any good contracts for the dry trailers, then that will be awesome. Absolutely will be awesome during this economic downturn for that particular type of trailer. Okay, so now this guy is in Charlotte already. We'll get him started as the first truck there. Looks like we've already got a couple of other trucks that are either there or on their way. There's our convoy headed on the interstate. Okay, let's see what else we need to deal with. We haven't messed with the dump trailers in a while. Looks like we got one that is done, and these guys are about to be done as it is. See, where are we going here? We're going to Cheyenne. Okay. Let's scroll down a little bit. All right, what do we have coming back from Cheyenne? Dump trailers. And so Cheyenne isn't really fully upgraded yet, or even close to that, but we'll get there. All right, so for right now, we really don't have to worry about where the load goes to, because these guys that are already en route will finish up this particular contract. So then we can go wherever we need to from there. Again, looking for a larger number of trips. The 15 is good. All right, looks like that's probably going to be our best bet. So we'll take that one. That's going from Cheyenne. Okay, let's see if we can get this guy. I know he's coming all the way from Des Moines, so it's not a perfect scenario for sure, but that's okay. We'll get there. All right, let's also deal with our 2 new truck and trailer combos that we've got. Let's see. All right, Dave, he has no special licenses, so he will be one of the drivers we'll put on here. Looks like Travis and also Samuel don't have any special licenses. We're gonna save. All right, Matt has got the dump license, as well as Nico also has the dump license. So as we purchase a couple of more dump trailers and trucks, they will be the 2 that I want to put on there. Now for the reefer trailers, let's go back to schedule number 8. Now we could choose to keep these guys separate and just run separately with them. But what I would like to do, if possible, is, as I've done in the past, just keep this thing pretty standard and try to keep one schedule as much as possible per trailer type. Now, at some point, that's going to be basically or logistically impossible to do for any efficient purpose. But, all right, so Des Moines down to Charlotte. Let's see what we've got in Charlotte. Come on, scroll in for me. There we go. And you can see we've got, let's see, let me get things going. Yeah, they're already headed into, we've already got at least one truck already there. So I feel pretty confident about any return trips that we're going to do. And then we'll get these 2 guys started from Des Moines on the other side of this thing. All right, so we need reefer trailers from Charlotte going to Des Moines, if that is possible. And it may not be. Come on, give me something good here. All right, we're not going to get that, are we? We are not going to get that. Okay, now again, it doesn't necessarily have to be to Des Moines. It could be, if you look at the route we're taking, it could be to D.C., it could be Pittsburgh. I mean, we've got Chicago, we've got options. So now let's sort of see what we have along that path. Because if nothing else, we'll have them pick up in Charlotte, take something to either D.C. or Pittsburgh, maybe even Chicago, and then continue on to Des Moines and pick up this contract once again. So let's see if there is something good. Indy is out of the way. We don't want that. I mean, it would work. But again, we're trying to keep this pretty simple. Oh, look at that. 50 trips back and forth to New Orleans. So that would be pretty good. It's also a 2-truck deal. And we just happen to have 2 idle trucks. But I'm trying not to think about that right now. All right, Pittsburgh. There we go. There's a 10-trip deal to Pittsburgh. All right, not bad. Another 50 trip deal. Love those. Ooh, DC. Here we go. That is a 5 truck deal, which is a little bit more than I want to get into because I don't know. I'm thinking that that's probably too many trips based on what we're doing, because this would be, sure, we could get from Charlotte to DC pretty quick, but then our guys are going to continue all the way back over to Des Moines. So I'm not sure I want to go quite that many. The 10 trips, ooh, that's 10 trucks. We don't want that. Yeah, this is what I was afraid of. That's a 4 truck deal, so that's pretty good. We're going to end up having 8 trucks on this, so I think this actually will work out for us. We're going to try it anyway. I'm not sure it will, but I think we've got enough trucks. We might just make it, and if we don't, then we'll know why. It won't be that big of a deal. It certainly won't be the first time that we've had this happen. So we're going to have these guys go from Bismarck over to Des Moines, hop on that deal. So that'll give us 8 trucks total on this route, and I think is going to work out okay. But as always, we shall see. All right, you can see these guys filing in on this contract, and that will get started. Remember, it's only 15 trip contract, so we're going to see how this works out. Also, it's a bit of a shortcut back over to Des Moines. Let's see, what are we in trouble on? All right, we're in trouble. Where is... All right, I don't know why we're in trouble there, but we're not going to waste too much time on it. Okay, contract fulfilled. So we were just a touch late on that one. So that's not the end of the world. Okay. So let's go ahead and see what all is going on with this particular contract. So now, all right, so we're good at least for a little while. This one, of course, will be completed at some point in the near future. So we're okay there. We've got some work to do here going from Cheyenne to OKC. We've got 8 trucks on this deal. It's only a 5 truck deal, so we've got some extra working. All right, let's see if there's anything in OKC available for us headed back to Cheyenne. Again, it doesn't necessarily have to be Cheyenne. That's the way it works out the cleanest for us. Okay, there's a 3 trip deal. Some of these shorter deals, that's actually a good amount of money there. That's not a bad one at all. I think we'll take this one. All right, what is that one? That's for 3 trucks, so we should be okay. The only problem is all of our trucks are already at or very close to Cheyenne, except for a couple of these guys. So again, we're cutting the timing a little bit close here. But if we don't get it just right, remember, we lose that completion bonus, but it's not the end of the world. Okay, so I let a truck get away without picking up this contract. Second guy through will definitely pick it up, and then here comes our convoy for the rest, and it should make this okay. All right, so the economy has stabilized for the reefer trailers, and you can see the economic boom is now over for the reefer guys. So we're going to have to, that means we're going to have to keep an eye on what's going on over here. For now, this contract is still looking good. I'm actually not sure how much it will change over time. Again, we'll just have to see how that goes. Okay, so far so good. I think everything is going pretty good. It's going to take me a little while to get used to the fact that I put the reefer loads over here on Schedule 8 rather than Schedule 3. Let's see, this guy is asking for a raise. He's not making very much, and I'm not in any hurry to try to swap out drivers. So there is a special contract, looks like it has appeared in San Antonio. So that would be, do we have anything close by? Let's take a quick look at it. This is, looks like we got dump trailers. Why can't I scroll down on that? Okay. So I can't scroll down to see if there is anything else. What if I... No. So a nice bonus there. Of course, the penalty is also very large as well. Doesn't start up for a little while. It doesn't start up until the 6th of January. And you can see we're a good ways away from that right now. But I'm going to go ahead and we'll say reconsider, because I really want to scroll down. And okay, so 15 trips, 10 trips, that is a lot. That is a lot. I'm inclined, and you can also see it's a mining order. I'm inclined to turn that down, because that is going to be a lot, and I think it's actually going to be beyond our capabilities right now. We've got a lot of trucks and trailers on the road, but we don't have as many as we might like for a deal like this. Unfortunately, I can't really see. It doesn't tell me how many trucks are required for each one of these, but that's several contracts. All right, so we'll come back to that. I'm more than likely going to decline that. Okay, here we go. So we got some contracts coming due. Back on schedule 1. Running a little bit low on time here. This has been a great episode as far as getting things done. I mean, this has been awesome. But at the same time, all of this takes up our valuable time, which, as far as I'm concerned, is our most valuable resource. These videos they seem like they're over before they begin. All right, so let's see what's quickly going on with Schedule 1. So Indy to Charlotte is still going good. We're about halfway done with that one. And that tends to happen pretty quickly whenever you got 10 trucks working it. All right, so now we look for something from Charlotte back to Indy. So we want to make sure we get our proper truck and trailer combination. So Charlotte back to Indy, there's a 10-trip deal. Come on, give me something better than that. Give me another 50-trip deal. Can we do that? Charlotte to Indy, that's 5. That is not what I wanted to see. All right, they're not giving me what I want, but again, the economy is suffering for the dry trailers right now, so this is only $1,400 per, 17.6 for the completion bonus. But again, as long as we're still making money, we keep these guys moving, keep the wheels turning, we keep the doors open on the business, so that's good. So we'll let that one work itself out. We've got, again, tons of trucks running this particular route, so we're fine there. Let's head back over and take a quick look at our dump trailers, which are going currently Cheyenne to OKC, and we need something from OKC back. And again, we're going to try to keep this very simple and not mess with, too many other places along the way. Trying to keep it simple. And let's see, OKC back to Cheyenne. You probably don't want me to have anything, do you? No, very limited on our options there. The good news is our route does take us right through Kansas City, Des Moines, and Lincoln. So what do we have for Des Moines? We got some good options here, actually. And we have 2 guys. Where are they at? They are currently... They're on their way to Des Moines right now. Okay, so we got one guy who is... Okay, he's in Cheyenne. Okay. All right. So it looks like Cheyenne is our... Des Moines is our best bet as far as another contract at this point. One of our very few options. Let's see what we've got. Okay, I like either one of these. I don't like the 8 trucks part of that contract. But I do like some of the money on some of these. All right, this one only requires 4 trucks. And again, because of the way we're going to do this, we're going to see how this works out. Again, maybe we make it, maybe we don't. But we're not going to be late enough that it's going to cancel on us, that's for sure. But what we might have is a situation where we don't get our completion bonus. And hey, if that is the worst thing that happens, we shall be fine. All right, we've also got somebody. Ooh, he is... Where are you? Okay, so you are right here. So we're going to have you run over to see Bernie while you are in Charlotte. At some point, we might upgrade so that we can do our own maintenance in our depots, but for now... looks like we're at 5,000 miles, and then most of these guys are a good ways away from needing anything. All right, looks like we got Let's see, did that not just say, yeah, contract fulfilled? Really? I did not realize we had 3 contracts there. Okay, so we won't worry about that. We got too much going on here. I can't keep track of it all. All right, so I think this is a good point for us to end it right now. You can see we're on schedule 8. So far, so good. Now we've got, come on, schedule 8. There we go. So far we're doing great with this. I mean, 5,800 per. This is our first attempt at doing a recurring contract. 5,800 per. Very nice. And plus, again, one of the best things about the recurring contracts is as you get mid to late game and you start to get a lot more trucks and trailers traveling around, the great thing is it really helps out to have these because it reduces the amount of micromanaging that you have to do. I mean, here we are, we've got 8 trucks that we basically don't have to worry about, except for setting up backhauls and return trip type deals. Other than that, these guys will just keep on going, and we'll just have to check in and make sure that the amount of money we're making per trip doesn't drop down to where we're basically not making enough to make it worth our effort, or we're even losing money depending on how bad things get. But right now, I am very happy to have set up that recurring contract. We'll see how long that lasts. All right, so in this particular video, our money basically didn't change, even though we purchased a new depot and fully upgraded it and purchased a couple of new trucks. So anytime you can spend a lot of money like that and it not hurt the amount of money in your bank account, I call it a good day. Thank you very much for joining me, and stay tuned next time for more of our Let's Play series of TransRoad USA.